Thank you, Mr. Doggett.
Thank you. If beauty is in the eye of the beholder, certainly I can understand, Mr. Secretary, why you and the members of the Trump cabinet are so enthusiastic about this beautiful bill. It gives so much to those at the top, and of course Trump appointees are not just in the top 1%, but the top 1,000th of 1%. I applaud your personal success, but isn't it true that for you and for a number of cabinet members and other Trump appointees, simply not having your taxes restored to the level that existed when President Bush and President Obama were in office at 39.6% will provide you very substantial personal benefit? Yes or no?
That is not a yes or no question, sir.
All right, if you can't answer it.
As many people
Thank you, reclaiming my time. If you can't answer.
Have different tax
reclaiming my time, please, sir.
And it is shown.
Mr. Chairman, I don't want my time taken if the witness will not yield.
I would recommend, Mr. Doggett, that if you asked a question, at least allow them to answer.
You can recommend it, but you're taking my time from
your
him
time
answering
is
the
moving,
questions.
so
Continue.
use it.
Let me say, I understand you can't answer that with a yes or no. I'm concerned about the weaponization of the Internal Revenue Tax Code by the President and your role in it. Section 7217 of the Internal Revenue Code makes it unlawful for the President and his partners like you requesting IRS to conduct or terminate an audit or other investigation of a particular taxpayer. Section 6103, as you're familiar, protects taxpayer privacy. Yet in violation of both, the President began threatening Harvard in April, and on May 2nd, he declared, we're going to be taking away Harvard's tax-exempt status. It's what they deserve. And you've been part of the we when you said on May 23rd that you publicly declared that you were moving forward on this, that there were a substantial number of rules that Harvard may have violated. Can you tell me, yes or no, whether you can pledge to avoid any interference in IRS audits or investigations of particular taxpayers? And if you can't answer that yes or no, just say so, and then I'll move on to the next question.
Sir, that is without question that I will follow the law.
All right, sir. Can you tell us whether, yes or no, you can report back to this committee in 30 days after investigating to assure us that there have not been any requests by the President, any political appointee, or any family member of the President to direct or influence the audit or termination of an audit or investigation of any taxpayer or entity?
Well, Congressman, as you said, this is all private matters, so it would be out of line for me to report back on any of this. But I can assure you that I will follow the law and all proper procedures.
Thank you. I'm just asking you whether you can report back in 30 days whether there has been any attempt, I'm not asking for the specifics of who was involved, by the President or any of the other people I mentioned, to influence or direct any audit or investigation of a taxpayer. Can you do that, sir?
Well, I can report right here. I am not in the habit of repeating private conversations, but the President and I have never had a conversation on Harvard's tax status. So I will report that right here. We don't need 30 days.
I'm not asking just about Harvard. If they can pick on
days.
Harvard, they can pick on anyone. And I'm just asking for a simple report on whether there have been any efforts of that, whether from the President or one of his associates. And it would seem to me that would be easy to do. But let me move also to the question of privacy as it relates to data sharing. Do you agree that there is no authorization for the IRS to share tax data broadly with DOJ or federal agencies for the general purpose of data consolidation?
Section 6103 protects taxpayers' information. We have followed all proper procedures, and including in terms of the data sharing with the Department of Homeland Security. We are allowed to share taxpayers' information for those taxpayers who are believed to be criminals or have committed a crime.
I'm asking you about DOJ and its apparent effort to have an omnibus information sharing agreement with agencies. Do you agree that you cannot share taxpayer data without statutory authorization from this Congress, and you don't have any for that purpose?
We will follow the direction of the regulations and the court, sir.
Are you sharing any taxpayer information with DOJ for this omnibus information sharing agreement where they seem to probe into the privacy of every American, consolidating it with Social Security and other private information? Or is there such sharing going on now, sir?
Well, first of all, I would push back on that characterization.
You can do so.
And
I just want to know if you're sharing in the
I will
time that
tell you,
remains.
and there seems to be a misunderstanding among many people on your side of the aisle on what Doge is. Doge employees,
I understand you had some misunderstanding about it, and Mr. Musk yourself, but let me ask you again, just simply on the question I'm asking, are you sharing any of this data with Doge without congressional authorization?
as I said, we are following all of the laws.
Thank you. I would appreciate an answer to my question, but I will yield back since my time has expired.
Mr. Smith is recognized.